everybody can hear me. Let's see. Okay, sound is on. I got a couple good questions here. Let me start off with, what is the minimum time you'll spend with a recipient before releasing the Service Dog Project dog? We normally, depending on the situation, what the needs are, but the average recipient will usually be scheduled for 5 days. If, by chance, we get to a certain point where we're confident that it's not a safety issue, that the individual gets the concept, is able to go out into the public with minimal corrections or guidance from the trainer, whether it be me, Megan, or whoever, and we feel comfortable that it's working, and we've seen situations happen and they've made corrections. Usually by the second or third day, they're making a correction before I'll say, what's your dog doing? Once we start to see that, and we feel comfortable that everything's going to be okay and that they can get home and start that whole process of bonding and learning their new life, then we'll release them. But we generally schedule them in for 5 days. Some people can be out of here in 3. Some people use the whole 5. Some people with certain situations will go 7, 8, 9 days. So we don't have a general lock-in. It's based on the actions of the recipient and the dog and how it's going. We have to feel comfortable that there's not going to be an emergency or a safety problem when they go out and that the dog's going to be cared for. So all that's covered very quickly with them. Favorite part of the training is when they do leave, because I've usually been with them for a year. And once they bond up with a recipient, and I've taken them out and trained with them for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and I start to see that bond really starting to work, and that the dog's looking at the recipient for guidance, that to me that's the best of it right there. Plus the fact of helping veterans. Let's see. I've been a dog trainer for quite a while, and I've worked with dogs for quite a while, all the way back into the military. So I was in the military for 20 years and a police detective for quite a few years before I was medically retired. No, Deb, we constantly, every day, Megan gets a list of dogs, I get a list of dogs, Olivia gets a list of dogs, Colleen takes dogs home, and we switch every day so that one dog doesn't get used to the same trainer. It's, in the long run, that's better for them because they have multiple handlers, and as long as the trainers are consistent in what we're teaching them, so in other words, when I say wait, when Megan says wait, when Olivia says wait, when Colleen says wait, should all be the same thing. That's where the consistency is. But it's good to have Megan with her higher voice, Steve with the lower voice, that difference with the dogs. It takes a little bit longer in the beginning because the dogs seem to be a little confused. But in the long run, by the time they're ready to be certified and ready to match up, they're good. So it's really important that we don't take the same dogs out all the time. I had a good time in tent today. I stopped in to see the little puppies. And that Merle gets me every time. Sits right there and looks at me, and as soon as I put my face down, it kisses me. Got me wrapped right around the finger.
do that.
Okay. Oh, I usually, whenever I'm dealing with the dogs, doesn't matter if they're the puppies or the middle-aged ones or the one-year-olds, I'm always talking to them. And I'm a firm believer that if you talk to your dog versus robotically giving commands, you will make out much, much better. So even when I was dealing with Hayden and 10 today, if you talk to them in a praising way, you're praising them. So it's a positive. The more positive you can give to a dog, the more trust they build, the more exposure to you they give you, then the better off you're going to be. I really am not a fan of this robotic command thing like people see on police shows with a police dog or whatever. These are not, you don't have to do that. If you can talk to your dog and get the same result, it's always better to take the positive way. The end result's what you're looking at. The dogs start training when the recipient, after they've passed Megan and I's test, and they're a year old. Yeah, I did see Mariah pull her little Houdini thing. She's done that before. She does it in my house too, but she doesn't go very far. A large part of the dogs that I used to work with were patrol dogs and drug dogs. I've never worked with a bomb sniffing dog. That's really a whole different ball of wax. Here's a good question, because I don't know how a lot of other trainers feel. I mean, I know how Megan feels about it, and I'm pretty sure Colleen is the same way, and Olivia, and I'd be willing to bet you that Carlene is on the same boat. Female dogs with female recipients, male dogs with male recipients, it really doesn't matter. If the dog is good enough to be a service dog, that's what counts. I don't look at, when I start running the fins in the back of my head trying to think of who I can fit with this recipient, I don't even think about male or female. What I think about is what that dog is really good at doing and what that recipient needs, what the disability needs are. That's all I see. I don't see, that's why I have such a hard time with names, when they're not specific gender names and they're like Tumblr or Wrinkle. Everybody remembers me saying he, she, I don't even know. I don't check under the carriage. I just take them out as a dog. I don't really care if it's a male or a female. I want to see him or her work as a dog. So it's the same with the recipients. I don't even take that into consideration. If anybody else does, I don't know about it. The only time I really think about male, female is when they go out to get exercise. We always put a male with a female, not a female, female, male, male, because there tends to be problems, or there's apt to be problems if you leave it out there. With a male, female, we don't get very many of those. When the male's out with a female, they just run around and have a good time. So when you find something that works, you stick with it. How do you avoid the dogs bonding with the trainers? Well, I can tell you this. I bond with every dog. I just don't let it get to the point where I'm going to cry every time one goes out the gate. That's the best way I can put it. I always give them a kiss before they leave, tell them to do their thing, have a great life, and then I force myself to turn around and go find a dog to train. distract myself.
Do it again. Do it again.
But we do bond with them. I mean, by the time they get to a year old, Megan and I can pretty much tell you every little quirk about that dog, every little itty-bitty thing they've done. So, you know, we do bond.
You guys do a hell of a job. I don't know what the hell you're doing.
That was good. Good job, but I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. Whatever it is, it seems to be working, so don't change it.
Yep, that's what we stress on. If something's working, do it.
Don't fix it.
Yeah, don't change. Don't fix a wheel that's not broken. Megan and I make a very good team, and we think a lot alike about dogs. Person to person, we're like brother and sister. We're goofing around all the time. But when it comes to the dogs, she'll say something, she'll bounce it off me. If I'm thinking something, I'll bounce it off from her, and we always come up with an answer.
Wasn't I the one to decide you shouldn't ride in the same car, though?
Yes.
That's why we had to have two cars.
Well, it works.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it
she'll
worked
come.
better this time, this way.
Well, we had an issue with Asher today, and so she had taken him out, and I had come up, hadn't picked my dog up. She said she was having some kind of weird thing going on, so I said, well, good, throw in my car, and I'll go find out what's going on, too. So after we both took him out, we came up with a plan, and now we're, for the next few days, all three of us are going to work this plan to get this dog back on track. It's a small, minor thing, but it's one of those things, if you don't catch it now, it'll get worse. So it really takes us no time to figure out a game plan. It's just putting it into effect.
Yeah, that Finn is doing a good job. We look at the pictures, he's always looking at the kid.
Who's that? Oh, Finn, yes.
Finn with Eva.
Yeah. And that's something we look for all the time. That's when I know that the bond is there, and that things are really going to start getting better all the time, is when that dog finally turns around and looks up to find out, okay, what do you want me to do now? Then I'm usually the one that got my arms up going, yes, the dog's got it. Magnus is feeling much better. I think he had a little bit of a lung infection or something to that, like a flu-ish type thing, because I saw him today, he's bouncing around like a little kitty cat that he always is.
Yeah, he had some sort of pneumonia, didn't he?
Yeah. Some kind of fluid buildup in his lungs or something. It's kind of weird today, though. You know, I keep talking about how, you know, these older dogs are going out. We only have so many left. And then we have the other ones coming up right behind them.
Yeah.
Today, I actually walked in and just needed to stop for 5 minutes. And I walked outside and walked down the outside on the Puppy Hillside. And I said, oh, my goodness. These are all the puppies that are coming right up behind the ones that I'm... and they're all getting so big. And I was like, oh, there's not even like a break there.
Nope.
They're right there behind
If
them.
we had our way, I would have a litter every 2 months. And then you wouldn't be able to tell one from the other. They just kind of slide in place.
Yeah. Well, these, I don't know what this group is down here. There are 5 of them. They're all Harlequins. To me, they all look alike.
They're gorgeous dogs.
They are, but I look alike to... So now it's to the point where I have to keep asking Shannon to refresh me of how she, you know, she'll say, well, that one has a left eye that's black, or that one has a heart on its backside or
Yeah,
something.
she knows it all.
Yeah, so I ask her, what are you using to remember these dogs? And then I try to remember them. Yeah, let's dispel this rumor right now. And I dispel it all the time. People don't pick dogs out here.
No, that's right.
It happens frequently, and I'm assuming, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt that people just don't quite understand the process here. We, trainers, Carlene, decide which dog goes to which recipient for bonding. And we base that on the dog and the needs of the individual. This is not a turnkey operation where you come to the gate and pick up a dog with a leash and a vest and walk out the door. This is not how this works, and I have to explain this to almost every applicant or everybody that I interview. That is not, I don't know what organization is doing that or if anybody's doing that. I'm just assuming that people are not with it.
I think needs brings a bunch of people in and turns a bunch of dogs loose.
Well,
You know, and plays the game that way. I don't.
we take great pride in making sure that we match the right dog for the right needs.
I can almost tell you, if you come up here and say, I want that dog,
Yeah,
then you go down the trail, you don't get any dog.
yeah. That's not how it works.
That's a dead end.
You're gonna have to trust us enough to know that we know those dogs enough, and that's why we do interviews, so that we know the individual enough, so that we can work on this prior to somebody coming to work with a dog. And Megan and I talk about this consistently, about making sure that the right dog goes to the right person. And we got a pretty good...
Our record is, I don't know what the hell's going on, but keep going. I don't know.
Okay, I'm 2 minutes over.
Somewhere, but
Okay.
What we should do is make a list of things of, if you really want to be turned down for a dog, do A, B, C, D.
Do any of these things.
That's right, and you're out. Okay, are we ready?
I think Laura's coming in.
Laura's coming in. New shooter coming out. This thing would be nice. This always goes on the floor, though. When you put that on the floor, the light will cut you down. Okay. That's always kept under something. There we go. Okay. Come on. Would you like your stool or that? I can't. My stool's already full. I can do it. I can do it. Sure. I'll manage. I'm very versatile. Okay. Here we have Jan. And she mailed it on 3/1. What is today? Lord.
6.
She must have sent it. Slow boat to China. There you go. Quick question. Do donkeys ever run? Yeah, of course they do. Actually, here's your learning thing for the day. I am told, and I believe, that the fastest animal over a 30-mile distance is a donkey. Beats a cheetah. Because basically donkeys are bone and muscle. And they can run. They can run over 30 miles. They just, they don't quit. Okay. I think if I've ever seen Maud run, Mo just walks around, so I was wondering, remember you said that donkeys will stop and won't run like horses, but do adult donkeys and mules ever run? They run if they happen to want to. There are mule races and donkey races, but it's just counterproductive. That's not what they're famous for. They're famous for their stability and just walking around quietly. Excuse me. sure hope that the old saying about March coming in like a lion and going out like a lamb is true. Had a really good Lord. You're up.
I'm up.
Really bad thunder. Oh, there we go. That's probably what's wrong. I've got the right thing to lean on. A really bad thunderstorm last night and early this morning. Neil and company were sure romping around having a good time. Even my sump pump was working this morning. Temps are getting cold. Cold again, too. 50 degrees now. 50 degrees? What a shame. Oh, sorry to hear that. Oh, supposed to be 27 degrees tonight. Oh, wonderful. Next 2 days, only highs in the 30s. Then back to 50s and 60s by the weekend. Sure hope all the plants survive. Keep up the fantastic work. Oh, dear. I don't know why I'm coughing. I am. Oh, my word. You want to read these?
Sure.
That's a good one.
An Icelandic friend calls dimples smile holes.
It's kind of cute, I thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
On any given day, 18% of employees are seriously considering quitting their jobs. Hopefully not around here. You know, you're getting old when you do more worrying about what time the party ends than when it starts. That's a good one, too. I pile those up. Okay. We've received a letter today saying that, It's about a person who applied for a dog. Okay. I have to go over that in great detail. I'll have to do that. Okay, here we go again. This one is from Joanne Brady in Lexington, Mass. And it's stuck. There we go. To whom? In memory of Maureen Curley. In behalf of the Christian Academy, class of 65. Maureen is fondly remembered for her generosity, caring, and spirit by all of us who knew her. We think of her affection and admiration, not only for our time together at FCA, but also for those qualities evident throughout her life. We hope the enclosed will assist in the work that you guys do, which was close to Maureen's heart. Please acknowledge this gift to Maureen's family and friends and her life partner, Diane. Huh. Thank you very much. $350. That's wonderful. She had a lot of friends. She had a lot of friends. You can have that. And Harold and Wanda. That's a nervous cough. I don't have to cough. I must be nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. I don't know.
You've done this only a million times.
Well, I started trying to track it. Sometimes when I drink something cold, which is cold water, that starts me in. So does ice cream. So I tried to blame it on the sugar for a while, but maybe it was the cold. I'll eat more ice cream. I'll warm it up in the soup first. I don't know. Something makes me cough.
Smoke? Fire?
Jennifer, Rowley, Mass. Okay, Rowley, Mass. That's right around the corner. You're gonna look at the envelope. So therefore, if I take a drink of cold water, I could be worse off. Here we go. Please accept in memory of Maureen Curley. And please send an acknowledgement too. Wow. Diane. Diane lives in Newbury, Mass. That's another friend, Maureen. Wow. Here we go. Moving on to the scissor department. Scissors are over there now. They got reclassified. Norcross, Georgia. Thank you. Oh God. I had a pair of scissors that had Mark Emerald's name on them. Now I've lost them.
I've seen those around.
I've lost
They've
them
been
now
here
too.
for a while.
Oh God. He'll shoot me. He knows. He has a mind, in case you haven't noticed. He has a mind. He doesn't forget anything. He knows where all his pictures are. It's very annoying. So I'm sure he knows that I had those scissors. And I'm going to have to find them, give them back. Dear Carlene, I bought my bricks this morning. Having monkey fist to spare, I'd love to get one. Love poker chips. Thanks very much. Beth. Here's $20 to cover some postage and the swear bear. Okay. There we go. So now we need, you've got that one, and I do this one. And you get down one of those. And I get some poker chips here. Let's take a pile of them up here so nobody knows poker chips. Okay, that's probably enough.
A pile?
Yeah, there'll be a bunch of individual ones there. We just make a pile right there. That would be very good. There. We'll put those on the bottom. And you put that in there. That one's on the floor. And this one goes here. There we go. And she's got a name on it. And we're all set. There we go. Open. Okay. Here we go. And this is from somebody. Virginia. Zionsville, Indiana. There we go. Puppy pooper pickers. goes with the kitchen. Take care of that problem. Dogs. Miss Colleen, that's me. Kathy, from Grover Beach, California. So Pam got a couple hours sleep, maybe. We have to watch it. When she's been up all night, she's got to have some sleep. I'm going to put a sign, "Don't talk to me," and hang it around her neck. Okay, so what have we got here now? Oh my Lord, we got dollar bills and things. Thank you for all the wonderful things. So hooked on watching the action there on the farm. That's a good one. I'd like to place an order for 10 chicken bricks. Okay? I was so excited when I saw my name as the purple egg winner last time. Love my certificate. Thank you. My family thought I had finally gone over the edge when I showed it to them. And you're right. It is pretty funny trying to explain the Shatapon Society.
Trying to explain it sometimes is pretty funny.
And oh, I'm guessing the swear bear is a little hungry after your electricity problems. Yes, it was very, yes. As always, thank you for opening your home to all of us, watching love and care given to all these puppies and on the farm always makes me smile. Kathy. Sweet Mo is beautiful. Kisses to Chaos, ladies. You can go kiss Chaos. Okay, so this one goes in here, and this one goes in here. This goes in here. We put that in there. That goes here. And this is Kathy's.
You put her thing in the drawer for her bricks?
No, I didn't. That thing. That's got to go in the drawer, right?
Yes.
It's got her address. Enough of an address, right? Let's see what happens if I put one of these in there. This is a trial. Two fell in, one fell in. There we go. Let's see what reaction I get to that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, where do we go? Middle. Okay, you can check that one out. Who's it from?
It's from the Hearst family in Mattawa, Missouri. M.I. Michigan.
Michigan, here we go again. A little early with the card, wanted to get the chicken bricks. Well, I could. CP since the cams and dogs and puppies with lots of feet, no sound. Things have come a long way. I especially enjoy sharing the dogs with my students, middle schoolers, and 2 grandsons. Keep up the great work. Card and picture could be an idea for a calendar shot. Food coloring wouldn't be harmful, but could reserve long-term colored pups like Walter's orange. Hope your Easter is colored with happiness. Debbie Boiler, Michigan.
That was
Michigan.
second try.
Michigan. Okay, so let's see. I got the chicken brick for that 10 chicken bricks, didn't I?
Yes.
And this goes over there. Now, what's all this? Oh, here we go. Here's the M State Guide. Okay, we needed that right away. We'll put that over there. Okay, well, we certainly do get confused with the end abbreviations. We'll put that in there. Okay. Pessimist is someone who complains about the noise when when opportunity knocks. That's a good one. An optimist is the person who starts a crossword puzzle with a fountain pen. That is true, also. Treat a man as he is, and he will remain as he is. Treat a man as he would like to be, and he will become what he should be. This woman prints very nicely.
Yep.
Foolishness always results when the tongue outraces the brain. Don't we know that nowadays? The most precious thing in speech are pauses. That's true, and that's in comedy too. Some of the funniest things Johnny Carson ever did was just sit there, and it was hysterical. There are very few people who don't become more interesting when they stop talking. Okay. Don't speak unless you can improve upon the silence. Let's put that one under the... We'll keep that one. Fish can recognize human faces. Should that change how we think of fish? I don't know how anybody proved that one. I like that one, though. Don't speak and... put that up on that. Just do not make eye contact. We had a paper clip here someplace. There's the one. There's the paper clip. Okay. Encloses money for 3 chicken bricks. One for me in honor of my 2 daughters. Quick picks, please. Please send a monkey fist with a few bucks for postage. I enjoy finally having one. I'm a substitute teacher and can't wait for the students to ask about it. Thanks for making all of them. CP since 2/12. Debbie Hurst, Matawan. Okay, so she has to get 3 chicken bricks to go in there. And then this goes in here. And then you have a monkey fist thing going here. Okay, and that goes in there. And then we have monkey fist in the pot. Put it in some of these things. Just to make it fill up the bag. Okay, that's done. Did I do everything I was supposed to? That. Okay. Now, this is a very light box. This is from Eileen Caps. Eileen Caps. Huh. Why do I want to save this box? This is a nice box. I have to send somebody 12 monkey fists, 12. I can put it in the box. That's a nice box. We'll save that box. Okay. And this is Eileen, and this is from Frontline. Thank you very much. We need that. Okay. That must have been the lady. That goes in there. Special gift from Foster and Grant. They don't really mean it. But let's look anyway. A gift for us. Maybe they do. Greetings from California. Keep up the good work. Well, I don't understand this. All right. Inside is a special gift for you and your pet. You want to understand this thing for me? Look at that, please. Read that calendar. And that's what's in there. But Foster Smith didn't give this to me, Eileen did. Did you see anything? Are we gonna get anything? So why are they telling me it's a special gift? You know?
Because they ordered it from the Doctors and Smith
Yeah.
thing, and that's a message,
But it said on the envelope, a special thing inside the envelope,
which is this piece of
which
paper.
was that piece of paper.
They consider this special.
Maybe they forgot to give it to, I'm gonna write to them. Leave that up here. We get a lot of stuff from Foster and Smith. None of this crap of giving me an empty envelope, that was the, here, you can see. Oh, where that belongs. Okay, what do I do now? That box, that's a nice box. That could be for my 12. That could be for my 12. Where am I gonna put it? I'll put it under there. In case I don't come up with a better box.
You ready for questions?
I am, I'm gonna have a drink of cold water. Let's see whether that happens.
Maybe stop coughing?
Well, if you're coughing, just take a drink of water, all right? That's in the wrong place.
I know. I'll fix it.
It has to go under something. You go under that thing.
Oh,
Under there.
that's
would be
where it
fine.
usually is. I'll
Okay.
move it.
I'm ready.
Everyone says hot tea with honey for your cough. They said they enjoyed seeing Megan covered in chicken feathers yesterday.
That was funny.
That was funny.
That was funny. That reminds me of a day. One of my peacocks. I had a lot of peacocks at one point before I had any neighbors next door, and they fly around. They were not, you know, they were loose. I had a female in the where the G-head is, and all the males just flew around. So it was very pretty, like a drunken 747 they are. Those great big long tails. Anyway, one flew across through the forest here and got to the next town and ended up in somebody's garage. So they called the police. And they didn't know what the hell this bird was. So the police, you know, they knew who it was. So they called me and said my peacock was up there in Rowley on 133, in the garage. So I went up, and it was a small garage, fortunately. So I kind of bent down and grabbed it, as you kind of do, keeping the wings sort of, and you grab that whole area. And that peacock just left, and it walked off, minus all its feathers. Not only its great big long feathers, but the entire fluffy, fine feathers that cover the whole bird. And this funny little chicken just kind of walked off. It was so, and the place just filled up. Any kind of breeze and those feathers were just, it was awful. It was awful. It was all over. Feathers, I was feathers, the bird, and the bird was walking around, couldn't fly by then. I had all the feathers. I had all the feathers. Brought it back, put it in the pan with the women, and it did fine.
When they caught that chicken, I was like, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna fly away. And they're like, no, it's not. It never has. And I was like, watch.
Yep.
And off it went.
Usually to stop chickens from flying is you trim one wing, trim the feathers off one wing. If you trim both of them, they still can do pretty well. But if you just trim one, then they kind of fly in circles and they don't go anywhere. That's the trick there.
Why does a recipient have to have so much money to fund with you to receive a service dog?
I prefer that they do in case they have any emergency, that they have enough money to quickly cover the veterinary bill. What always worries me is bloat. We haven't had much, I don't even want to think about it. But that is a $2,000 job right away, within a half an hour. Or the dog is dead, you know? So So I just feel better if these people can, and there's no reason they shouldn't come up with $3,000 and put it in the bank. They put it in their own bank, not mine, it's their own money. But I just think they should have that money available to them immediately. But some of these veterinary places won't even begin to work on the dog until you pay them.
Mm-hmm.
I know this, so that's why.
How was your day?
It was fine. I got a lot done today. I made a whole bunch of leashes. I did a lot of warm weather things, you know. And I got out, drove around the yard in my heated golf cart called a Toyota. I even made it up to the store. Had a sandwich, things I don't usually do.
That's nice. When does Sizzle come back to the house?
Well, she was, then she took off on me. You want to bring her back tonight? Before you leave, that would be...
Is she done being in heat?
She's done. Unless she just doesn't like it up here anymore. He gave her a hard time. I don't know.
Okay. Have you tried the saline nasal spray for that tickle?
It's not a tickle. This is a heartbeat thing. I can feel it pounding in my throat. This is not a tickle.
Have you ever tried Ricola cough drops?
I have a drawer full. I'll take one. Here, give me one.
What?
No, top drawer. There's a whole bunch of them in there. They're loose. There you go. See? This is a funny pound. This is not a tickle. But I'll eat the cough drop anyway. People are trying to stop and people say it was a cough drop.
Have you ever heard the mommies to be Have you heard how the mommies to be are doing?
I haven't heard a word. Jeff? What?
This one?
What's that?
A naked peacock.
Oh, yep, that's certainly. They lose those great big tails every year in August. And when they were around here, you know, you pick one out of the mud puddle, and you can take it in the shower with you and hold it up in shampoo and just wipe it this way, and then suspend it that way to dry, and they'd be perfectly all right again. They're very sturdy, strong feathers. And I used to, when I did jobs in Boston, I used to take a bunch with me, and I'd sell them to people for $1 each or something, until the animal rights people got after me and thought I was killing peacocks and selling feathers. It was awful. And these are feathers that fall out all over the ground. So for a very long time, I had some way up there in the corner until you couldn't see them for the dust. And I don't know what happened to them after that, because they could have been washed and hung again. I probably gave them away. But there were some up there for a long time.
So the person who needs the 12 monkey fists said she's going on a cruise and she's going to get people interested in
Right.
the Service Star project.
I did remember that. I'm ready to send them now.
Do mules or donkeys need to be broken in first like the horses in order to ride them? So Mo and Daisy were ridden in the past since Janine and Tanner have been able to ride them. Or is it an old wives' tale that horses need to be broken first in order to ride them?
You need to go outside.
Horses are idiots. You get on there is a story on a donkey, Mary.
Come on.
Nobody had ridden Mary.
Vicky, come here.
And I got a call to be in a parade. It was a Palm Sunday parade with 5 churches up in Amesbury. And I just thought we were going to walk in the parade. So I went up to Gwen. My daughter Gwen was helping me. And Mary was the donkey. we get in there, the whole crowd, they're all singing songs and things like that, and around the corner comes this little kid in a white bathrobe. And I looked at Gwen, and she looked at me, and she said, "He's supposed to get on." And so we just gave him a leg up and put him up there, and thank heaven Mary never did a bad thing. She could have thrown that kid. I mean, if that had been a horse, you'd have been in trouble. But a donkey, you can get away with things like that. And then she walked up that grade like she was going to church, is what she was doing. She had Jesus on her, and we made it, which was tough because Palm Sunday, you've got all these people with these palms, and they're all swinging them. And to a donkey, that could look like a whip. But she took it. She said, "Fine, keep those carrots coming, and I'll keep going." So we made it. But the horses are idiots. What's happening?
I think it's Pam over there.
Oh, okay.
How is Grace?
Grace is fine. She just got bumped a little bit. You know, she comes from a cattle farm, from a dairy farm. You get bumped around by cows.
It's the
once in a
puppies
while.
coming in.
Huh?
It's the puppies coming in.
Here they come. The little darlings.
Oh, look who it is. Misty, come. Good girl, thank you.
Someone said blood pressure meds will sometimes give you a tickle in your throat, but it's not a tickle.
It's not a tickle. It's a pounding. Maybe these cough drop things stop the heart pounding. Stop it. But
Everyone said your peacock stories are very interesting.
yeah, I made a thing to carry because I used to take this peacock into Boston. I had a little wagon that was made into a peacock cage. So the first thing that we'd do in the morning, we would go to catch the peacock. And I took a piece of PVC pipe and I bought a fixture that was a right angle, and I cut the whole thing in half. So now I've got this upright, and I put a handle on the back, and I could carry that peacock, and the whole tail was in this long, 5-foot long piece of PVC pipe. And that's how I used to carry my peacock around. Sort of a suitcase. It worked fine. It's around here too, I think. I think it's still in the arena. I think I ran into it not too long ago. It's at a right angle. And I put the thing in there that sort of shut the flap in the front door. It worked fine.
Who is the overnight tonight?
Pam again. That's why nobody's supposed to talk to her on Monday.
What's for dinner?
Salmon.
Salmon, squash, potatoes.
Does anyone ever take chaos out?
Yeah. Yep. Linda takes her out, but 2 times a day as Linda walks down the laundry and go to the bathroom down there.
Can we let the puppies run around again by mail call?
No. They've had it.
We're
ready
trying to
to
get
lie
them to
down.
go to sleep. They're tired puppies.
They have been out in a field today all by themselves, so hopefully they're tired already.
I let them run around up top, and then I put them in A, and then I put them in the condos.
They probably around pretty well.
Yeah.
That's what they need more practice of.
They're very good.
They're good puppies.
They're wondering when the groups are going to be switched. They're planning on switching them tomorrow from the barn. Switch the
Whatever.
two.
That's not my department.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So there is a switch there.
It's now a switch.